Accuracy of herpes blood tests. Herpes blood tests have actually a level of sensitivity of around 80 to 98%. This kind of test spots antibodies to the herpes virus, therefore it might certainly not be as precise when carried out right after infection. Generally, false positives are actually an issue along with herpes screening, therefore it is certainly not advised unless you have actually signs or even have actually a higher risk for infection. Accuracy by test type. Since blood tests for herpes are actually not ideal, they need another examination to verify the outcomes. There are actually two blood tests that could be utilized together to diagnose herpes. Enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay, ELISA. This is actually an examination that search for antibodies created due to the body immune system in reaction to the virus. These antibodies exist also when there are actually no signs. Western blot. This is actually an examination utilized to verify the ELISA test. The examination has the ability to spot healthy proteins externally of the infection, referred to as antigens, utilizing antibodies that action versus those healthy proteins. Each examinations deal higher degrees of precision, although this can easily differ coming from one manufacturer to the next. Accuracy of herpes blood tests. According to the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force, the relative accuracy of industrial herpes blood tests in the United States is actually as follows. ELISA, level of sensitivity of 96% to 100% as well as specificity of 97% to 100%. Western blot, level of sensitivity of 87% to 100% as well as a specificity of 98%. Bloodstream examination fundamentals. Herpes blood tests, likewise referred to as herpes serologic tests, are actually offered for both kinds of the virus, HSV1 as well as HSV2. Type-specific glycoprotein G-based serologic tests are actually designed to identify whether there are actually any type of antibodies to the herpes virus in the bloodstream. Blood tests have a level of sensitivity of approximately 80 to 98% for HSV2. Test results. If antibodies for HSV2 exist, it is a genital infection. HSV1 is actually very common in the population, as well as antibodies for this kind of herpes generally suggest an oral infection. Nevertheless, there is a little possibility of obtaining an HSV1 genital infection as well as the examination can't recognize where the infection is located. False negatives are actually certainly not typical using this kind of examination. However, there is still a possibility that an unfavorable outcome for HSV1 or even HSV2 might certainly not be actually precise depending upon the timing of your direct visibility. Because it takes the body system a long time to create antibodies to the infection, the outcomes might be actually unfavorable if you are actually evaluated right after ending up being contaminated. Accuracy of herpes blood tests. False positives. False positives are actually an issue along with herpes blood tests. A false positive outcome is actually possible along with any type of analysis test. However, scientists worry that the result of a false positive for herpes might be particularly damaging due to the fact that it is actually a lifelong infection. Because of the concern over false positives, these blood tests are actually just suggested for individuals along with herpes signs and also those that have actually a higher risk for infection, like individuals that have actually a partner with genital herpes.
Thank you for watching. And please subscribe to my channel for my upcoming herpes treatment videos.